Hey everyone, I'm just coming from a work reception here in Munich and have walked down to Marianplatz, Mary Square, which has been the center of Munich since 1158. It's a beautiful place. I'm going to show you here in just a moment, but it is literally the historic center of this beautiful capital city of the Bavaria region of Germany. Check it out and I'll tell you a little bit more about. So the building you see here is, they call it the new city hall, but it is very old, several hundred years old for sure. And then right in front of you, if you see that column, that is Mary's column. It was erected in 1638, and it is a centerpiece for this square. You can see the beautiful churches in the background and get a little bit of an idea of the evening attractions here in one of the certainly the iconic squares of Europe. But while we're here, let me tell you a little bit about some of the tragic history of Munich. You're seeing some of the beauty. Of course, most of this was destroyed during World War II and rebuilt according to the historic specifications. The city hall was extensively damaged at that time, but rebuilt. You can see the glockenspiel, the greenish outcropping there at noon. The characters come out, and it has, for hundreds of years, entertained visitors and locals alike during the midday at the city. But less than 20 kilometers from this spot is one of the most notorious of the Nazi concentration camps, Dachau. It was not the largest camp, but it was one of the oldest. It was started in 1933 by Hitler as a place to send his political opponents, and it was liberated by the famed 42nd Infantry Division, the Rainbow Division, in late April of 1945. More than 41,500 Jews, Poles, Gypsies, and political prisoners were executed at Dachau, which is literally a stone's throw from where I'm standing. And I know that sounds like a lot of people, but I've been to Auschwitz, as many of you know, in Poland, where 1.2 million people were exterminated. At one point in time in Birkenau, which is Auschwitz II, they were killing almost 100,000 people a day. So as far as numbers, Dachau was not notorious, with only 41,500 people killed. But the level of suffering made it notorious. The last thing I'll tell you before I let you go is that Munich is the capital of Bavaria, but we are in the middle now of the region where National Socialism was born. As a matter of fact, not too far from here is Berchtesgaden, where you literally had to be a Nazi to live there. Hitler's mountain house outside of Berchtesgaden, the Eel's Nest, is very, very close to here. So this was really ground zero for the National Socialist, for Hitler's National Socialist movement here in Munich. Hope you enjoyed this tour of Marianplatz Square. I'm going to enjoy the evening now that my work is over, and hope you enjoy yours. Wish you were here.